Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Okay, shall we start?
Okay, ma'am.
So it's a why you're okay now. So I'm sharing the screen now. Today we have seen bills retained by drawer,
Yes, ma'am.
bill met. Bill retained by drawer, bill dishonored. When drawer discounts a bill, discounted bill met. Till then, till that point, we have seen all the journal entries.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it? Okay. Today we shall see discounted bill dishonored. Discounted bill dishonored. So P bought goods from Q for rupees 5,000 on 1st March 2019. So P bought goods from Q. So P is the purchaser and Q is the seller. So he bought goods from Q for rupees 5,000 on 1st March 2019. Q drew a 3-month bill on P, who accepted it and returned it to Q. So Q drew a 3-month bill on P. So on the same day, Q drew a 3-month bill on P, who accepted it and returned it to Q. Q immediately got the bill discounted with ABC Bank Limited at 10% per annum. So immediately this Q went to bank and discounted its bill with ABC Bank Limited at 10% per annum. However, on the due date, P dishonored the bill and the bank paid rupees 100 for noting charges. So on the due date, this P failed to pay the amount. So the bill got dishonored and the bank paid 100 rupees per noting charges. Now you have to pass journal entries in the books of Q, P and the bank. Let us start the journal entries.
So, ma'am, first we have to make P's account.
First of all, you have to prepare Q's
Yes.
account. Q's journal entry. Now
Okay.
tell me what are the entries you have to make in the journal of Q?
Purchase account data to P account.
Q account, I'm asking. Q account in the journal of Q. Q is the seller. Now
Yes.
in the journal of Q, what are the entries you have to write?
Purchase account data to
Q
P
account
account.
debit to sales account.
P account data to sales account.
Sales account.
Okay,
Okay.
P account data to sales account. On 1st March 2019, March 1st, you have to
2019
write the entry as P account data
to sales account.
to sales
Sales
account.
account.
Sales account. Being
Um,
goods sold on credit. Now, on the same day, that is Q drew a 3-month bill on P, who accepted it and returned it to Q. Now, what is the entry you have to give?
Bills receivable account debit to
Yes,
P account.
yes, very good. Bills receivable account data to P account. 5,000 on the debit side and 5,000 on the credit side. So, narration,
Being bills receivable.
being
No,
acceptance received for 3 months. Being
being
acceptance received for 3 months. Okay. Is it okay for you?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next. Q immediately got the bill discounted with ABC Bank Limited at 10% per annum. So immediately he took the bill to bank and he got discounted with ABC Bank Limited. Now you have to write the entry. So what is the date you have to mention here? What is the date?
1st March.
Ah, yes, 1st March. 1st March. Give the entry.
Bills receivable account
entry.
debit to P account.
No, bank
Bank.
account data.
Account data to
Discount to bills
Yes,
receivable account.
bank account data. Discount account data. You have to calculate the discount account. Discount.
yes.
Discount account data to bills receivable account. Bills receivable. So what is, how much is the discount?
10 per
10%.
10%.
10% per annum. Calculate the interest.
5,000 5,000 10% means
5,000 into 10% into how many
3
months?
by 12.
3 by 12.
3 by 12. So 3 by 12. 500 to 3 by 12.
1,250.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
5 to 100 now. 5,000. So
5,000
1
by 100.
yes, ma'am. 500 3 by 12.
Yes.
So
500
100.
into 3 by 12.
So,
How much?
200.
Huh?
No. मैम 2000 आता डिस्काउंट तो ज्यादा हो जाता ये तो
Calculate it properly. 125.
Yes, ma'am.
125.
125 ma'am.
Yes. Bank account data. How much you have to write? 5,000 minus 125.
5,000 minus
4,875. So bank account debtor 4,875, discount account debtor 125. To bills receivable account 5,000. Okay,
70.
is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And next one. However, on the due date, P dishonored the bill and the bank paid rupees 100 for noting charges. So on the due date, this P dishonored the bill, did not make up for paying the amount. So he dishonored the bill. So the bank paid 100 rupees for noting charges. What is the entry you have to write?
Bill discount account at the rate 6%.
P account debtor. So what is the
To
due date?
bank account.
First of all, give me the due date. Is a 3 months bill was drawn on 1st March 2019. So what is the
Yes.
due date?
June 4, 2019.
Yes, very good.
June 4. Yes, ma'am.
June 4. Now give the entry. P account debtor. P account debtor. 5,100. So 5,000 plus 100 noting charges. How to?
5,100.
5,100 to bank account. 5,001. Sorry. Okay. So discounted bill dishonored and noting charges paid by bank. You have to write the narration as discounted bill, dishonored, discounted bill, dishonored, and noting charges paid by bank. Noting charges paid by bank. Okay. Okay. Now,
Ma'am, can you explain again?
see here. Well, when the bill was dishonored, so it will be sent to the notice of the notary that the bill is dishonored. So the person will be the bank will be paying 100 rupees as noting charges. When the
Yes,
bill
ma'am.
got dishonored, it should be sent to the notice of the notary that the bill is dishonored, and they have to pay the fees. So that we call it as noting charges. So the bank paid
Yes,
100 rupees as noting charges. So P account debtor can write like this also. P account debtor 5,100. Noting charges account debtor 100 rupees to bank account 5,100 rupees. Can write like that also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Ma'am,
let us pass journal entries.
Second journal
Pass
entry,
journal
ma'am.
entry in the books of P. In the books of P. Past journal entries in the books of P. Now,
Q's account.
what is the journal entry you have to write? March
Ma'am,
1st,
date 1st
2019.
March. Q's account data to
Purchase account debtor to Q account.
Q account.
Okay. Goods purchased on credit. Next. Next, that is Q drew a 3-month bill on P, who accepted it and returned it to Q.
Q account debit to bills payable account.
Yes. Q account debtor to bills payable account. Now on the due date, the bill got dishonored. Now you have to write bills payable account debtor, that is June 4th. Bills payable account debtor 5,000. Trade expenses, that is the noting charges Trade expenses account debtor 100 to Q account. To Q account 5,100. 5,100. Okay.
Bills payable account debtor.
Bill dishonored, noting charges payable. So these noting charges have to be paid by the by P. By P to Q. Okay.
Ma'am, here what are you writing in the second one? Bills payable account?
Bills payable
Trading
account debtor, trade expenses account debtor 100 to Q account. Q account. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now let us see journal entries in the books of bank. Bank. So March 1st, 2019. What is the entry you have to pass? When the bill got discounted with bank, what is the entry? Bills receivable account debtor.
to bank account.
Receivable account
Fees
debtor.
account.
Account debtor. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bills receivable account debtor. Q account debtor. Sorry, bills receivable account 5,000. Bills receivable account 5,000. Q account debtor. Sorry, bills receivable account debtor to Q account. Q account. So what is the amount after the bill got discounted? 4,875, isn't it?
875.
Next, to discount account.
Discount 125.
120, 125. Being discounted the bill at the rate of 10% per annum. Being the bill discounted
10% per annum.
10% per annum. Now, on June 4th, the bill got dishonored. So what is the entry you have to pass? June 4th. On the due date, the bill got dishonored. Now, what is the account you have to pass? Q account debtor
To bills receivable account.
to bills
Bills receivable.
receivable account 5,000 to cash account, that is the noting charges. Cash account 100 rupees. So noting charges. Dishonored, being the bill dishonored and noting charges paid. Being the bill dishonored and noting charges paid. Being the bill dishonored, noting charges paid. Okay. Is it okay for you? Shall we go to the next point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when bill is endorsed to third party, that is the endorsee. So there are 4 options in the drawer. One is the drawer can keep the bill till its maturity, and the other option is he can get the bill discounted with bank, and the third option is he can endorse the bill to the third party. Sometimes this Drawer may be having some obligation to pay amount of cash to another person. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. So you have to pay the sometimes the drawer may be having some liability, so you have to pay some amount. So in that case, he transfers this bill to the other person, that is the third person, in order to clear his debts. So that person will call him as endorsed. So bill will be endorsed to the other person. Now let us see endorsed bill met. When the endorsed bill is met on the due date. So what are the entries you have to pass? So on 1st January 2020, John sold goods worth rupees 12,000 on credit. So John sold goods worth rupees 12,000 to David on credit. David, so John drew a 3-month bill on David on the same date for the amount. So on the same date, this John has drew a 3-month bill on David on the same date for the same amount. Next, John then bought goods from Harry for 15,000. So this John again bought goods from Mr. Harry for rupees 15,000. On 4th February 2020, John endorsed David's bill to Harry to settle his debt, paying the balance in cash. So see here. First of all, he sold goods to David worth rupees 12,000 and he drew a 3-month bill to David. Then this John bought goods from Harry. So this John bought goods from Harry on credit worth rupees 15,000. So on 4th February 2020, John endorsed David's bill to Harry to settle his debt, paying the balance in cash. So on 4th February, he has settled his account by endorsing the bill that was drawn on David. So that bill was endorsed to Harry and the remaining amount was paid in cash. Now you have to pass the journal entries. So on the due date, David met the bill. Okay. So you have to pass journal entries in books of all the parties. So who are the parties that were involved in this? John, David, and Harry. 3 parties. Now let us see the journal entries in the books of John. Journal entries in the books of John. Okay. Now, 1st January 2020. January 1st, 2020. So what is the entry you have to make?
David account debited to sales account being goods sold on credit.
Yes. David account debtor to sales account. Sales account. So goods sold on credit. Goods sold on credit. 12,000. Now John drew a 3-month bill on David on the same date for the amount. So on January 1st itself, John drew a 3-month bill on David on the same date for the amount 12,000. So what is the entry you have to make?
Bills receivable account debited to David account.
Yes, bills receivable account attached to David account.
David account.
Being acceptance received for 3 months. Being acceptance received for 3 months. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, coming to the another end. John then bought goods from Harry for rupees 15,000 on 4th February. So John then bought goods from Harry for rupees 15,000. On 4th February 2020, John endorsed David's bill to Harry to settle his debt, paying the balance in cash. So on which day he has bought the goods was not mentioned here, but on February 4th, 2020, John endorsed David's bill to Harry to settle his debt. Now you have to write an entry on February 4th. So coming to this entry, you have to write Harry account debtor to bills receivable account, to bills receivable account. So this account was this has endorsed the bill of rupees 12,000 to Harry. So bills receivable account debtor 12,000. Harry account it is 15,000. He has to pay 15,000 to Harry. Now he has got a bill that bill was endorsed to Harry. So this bill was given to Harry. So to bills receivable account 12,000, and the remaining amount on the remaining balance was paid in cash to cash account. To cash account 3,000. Okay. Harry account debtor to bills receivable account to cash account. Is it okay?
Excuse me, ma'am.
What, ma'am?
Is it not mandatory to pass the entry of purchases?
It is not mandatory because the date was not mentioned here. So you can write the journal entry on February 4th as he has settled the amount. You do not know on which day it was bought. But on 4th February 2020, John endorsed David's bill. So you have to give an entry on February 4th.
Ma'am, bills receivable account 12,000 and cash account 3,000.
Yes. See, as in the problem, John endorsed David's bill to Harry to settle his debt, paying the balance in cash. So what is the bill amount with regard to the David? What is the bill amount with regard to David's bill?
12,000.
12,000.
12,000.
And the remaining balance was paid in cash. That means 15,000.
3,000.
Out of 3,000, 12,000 was endorsed to Harry, and the remaining balance 3,000 was paid in cash to Harry.
Cash.
Okay. Now you have to write the narration as David's bill endorsed to Harry. David's bill endorsed to Harry, and the balance paid in cash. And the balance paid in cash. The balance paid in cash. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
These are
ma'am.
the entries you have to write in the books of John. Now let us see the entries that we have to write or we have to pass in the books of David. Now to write the journal of David. So what is the transaction? What is the entry you have to pass on 1st January 2020?
John account debtor to sales account.
Purchases account debtor to John account.
Yes, purchase account debtor to John
John
account. Purchase account debtor to John account. Goods being goods purchased on credit 12,000. 12,000 you have to debit and 12,000 you have to credit. Okay. The other entry with regard to the drawing of the bill on David.
John account debtor to bills payable account.
Yes, John account debtor to bills payable account. John account debtor to bills payable account. Now acceptance given for 3 months. Being acceptance given for 3 months. Okay. Now, so on the due date, David met the bill. It's the last point. On the due date, David met the bill. So what is the entry you have to write?
Bills payable
What
account
is the
debtor.
due date? First of all, tell me the due date.
Bill
June 4th.
It is January 1st.
Of
From January 1st,
February
March, ma'am.
April 4th.
January, February, March,
month.
April, ma'am, April.
Okay, April.
April 4th.
Yes, very good. April 4th. So you should be very careful in writing this date.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you have to very clear about this. Now, what is the entry you have to write?
Bills payable account debtor to cash.
Yes, very good. Bills payable account debtor to cash account. Debtor to cash account. 12,000. So this bill was met. So being the bill met. Have to write being the bill met.
Met,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now this bill was met. So being the bill met on the due date. Okay. So these are the entries you have to pass in the journal of Harry. Sorry, the journal of David.
David.
Okay. Now you have to pass journal entries in the books of Harry. You have to pass journal entries in all books of all the parties. So we have passed journal entries in the books of John, David. Now we have to pass
Harry.
journal entry in the book of Harry. Harry. Now, so you have to write on February 1st. So you have to assume that the transaction was done on February 1st. John then bought goods from Harry for rupees 15,000. Okay. So you have to assume that it is on the transaction might have done on February 1st. Now write
John.
the journal entry.
John account debtor
No,
to
no. Bills
Purchases
receivable
account
account
debtor to
debtor.
John account.
Bills receivable account debtor. How much is the amount? 12,000. 12,000. The remaining was paid in cash. Cash account debtor 3,000 to John account
2,000.
15,000. 15,000.
Amount
Being the
how much?
bill, ma?
John account amount to 2,000. Oh, sorry,
15,000.
15,000. Oh,
12,000 he endorsed the bill. For 12,000 he has endorsed the bill, and for 3,000 he paid the cash.
yes, yes.
Okay. So now you have to write the narration as being the bill and cash received from John. Being the bill and cash received from John. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us see the another end. So on the due date, David met the bill. So he paid the amount. So April 4th. So April 4th is a due date for us.
Yes.
April 4th. So he have received cash from David. So cash account debtor
To
to bill receivable account 12,000. 12,000.
Ma'am, here we shouldn't write the person's name.
What, ma'am?
We shouldn't
I
write the
should not
person's
write
name,
the
ma'am.
person's name. If it is a cash transaction, should not mention the name. If it is
Only.
a credit transaction, you have to mention the name.
Okay, ma'am.
So here cash is paid. So this Harry received cash from David. So you should not mention David name. You have to mention that he has received the cash. Cash account debtor to bills receivable
Receivable
account.
account.
So you have to write the narration as amount of bill received. Amount of bill received.
receive.
Okay. Is it okay?
Yes,
Okay, ma'am.
So you may not be getting the transactions of this, what do you call it? This when the bill is endorsed, the transaction may not be shown in the books of David because the transaction is between John and Harry. You should not write any transaction in the books of David. Okay. And you may not be recording any sale or purchase between John and Harry. It's not required. Only the bill was endorsed. So you have to write those transactions. Okay. Now let us see when the endorsed bill is discounted. When the endorsed bill is discounted.
Discount.
Sorry, dishonored. And the endorsed bill is dishonored. So sometimes when the bill is endorsed, this person may not be paying the amount. Then we have to write journal entries. So all these parties. So let us see the problem. On 1st June 2019, A owed B rupees 10,000 and accepted a bill for 3 months drawn on him by B. So A owed B 10,000 and accepted a bill for 3 months. Okay. In turn, B settled his debt by endorsing A's bill to C. So in turn, what this B has done, he has endorsed A's bill to C. So A has to pay 10,000 to B and B has endorsed that bill to C. A's bill to C. And again, this C endorsed the bill to his creditor D. Okay. So these bills of exchange can be transferable from one person to another. So A has owed 10,000 to B and the bill was accepted for 3 months and it is drawn by B. And in turn, this B settled his debt. So if this B has a debt with C, he has to pay some amounts to C. So he endorsed this bill to C. And what this C did is C endorsed the bill to his creditor. So C also owed some amount to D. So he has endorsed to his creditor D. And D got the bill discounted by his bank at 12% per annum. What did this D did? So this D has discounted that bill with bank at the rate of 12% per annum. On the due date, the bill was dishonored by A and the bank paid rupees 50 for noting charges. So on the due date, the bill got dishonored. Okay. So bank paid rupees 50 for noting charges. Now you have to pass journal entries in the books of A, B, C, D, and the bank. Shall we start writing this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, first of all, let us take the journal of B. So here, B is the drawer. Now you have to write the bill. So that this transaction took place on 1st June. Who is that splashing on the screen? Scribbling? June 1st, 2019. June 1st, 2019. What is the transaction you have to write?
A account debit to sales account.
Bills. Here, no sales
Receivable account
transaction
debit
has
to
taken
C.
place. You just owed some amount to B. Here, there is no sale transaction. One, see the problem. On 1st June 2019, A owed B rupees 10,000 and accepted a bill for 3 months. Okay. Yeah, has to pay the amount to B. We do not know whether there is a sale transaction or something else. But A has to pay to B 10,000. So here the bill was drawn by B and acceptance was sent to B. Now we have to, when the acceptance is sent to the drawer, what is the transaction you have to pass?
Okay, okay.
Bills receivable account debtor to A account. 10,000. Okay.
Yes.
Being acceptance received for 3 months. Being acceptance received for 3 months. Okay. Now, see the other one. In turn, B settled his debt by endorsing A's bill to C. So the date was not mentioned. That means on the same day, we have to assume that on the same day, he has endorsed the bill to C. B has endorsed the bill to C. Sometimes dates will be mentioned. You have to take up those dates. When date is not mentioned, you have to assume that it is on June 1st. So this B has endorsed the bill to C. So June 1st,
Bills payable.
June 1st,
Yes.
C account debtor to bills receivable account. C account debtor to bills receivable account. So he has endorsed the bill to C to settle his debt. Okay. You have to write the narration as being bill endorsed to C. Being bill endorsed to C. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Now,
endorse means?
endorse means you are giving this bill or transferring your bill to another person. That we call it as endorsing. When you are transferring your bill to another person to clear your debt, then we call it as endorse. Endorsing.
Okay, some other person will clear my debt.
That person is called as endorsee, and the person who is endorsing is called as the endorser.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. In the previous classes, in theory class, I have explained all these to you. Now, is it okay? Now, on due date, on due date, on due date, on the due date, the bill was dishonored by A and the bank paid 50 for noting charges. So on the due date, on the
Excuse
due
me,
date,
ma'am. We
what is the
didn't pass the dates
what
and
is the due date? It is a 3 months bill from June 1st. What is the due date?
September 1.
4th September.
4
September.
4.
Yes, September 4th. September 4th. Now, the bill was dishonored by A. So, A account debtor to C account. A account debtor to C account. So, endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges paid. So, the bank paid 50 for noting charges. So, we have after B has endorsed the bill to C. So, that amount, the bill was not paid to C. Again, if you see in the problem, this C has endorsed to D. So this transaction should not be in A. So A has no say with C, no transaction with that, we call it as D. C, this C person has endorsed his bill to D. So you should not write any transaction with regard to that. So B has endorsed to C. You have to pay to C. But at the due date, this A did not pay the amount. So you have to write A account debtor to C account. In the books of B, A account debtor to C account. That is 10,000 plus 50 noting charges. 10,000 50. 10,000 being endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges paid. Bank might have paid the noting charges, but in turn, when the bill is dishonored, this A have to pay the noting charges to bank. Okay. So 10,000 plus 50 noting charges. So these are the entries in the books of B. Now let us see the entries in the books of A.
Ma'am, narration.
What, ma'am?
Narration.
Narration. Endorsed bill dishonored, being endorsed bill dishonored, and noting charges paid. Being endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges paid. Okay. Okay. Now let us see the journal of A. So what is the entry you have to write when the acceptance is given to B? So B has drawn a bill on A and you have sent an acceptance to B. A has sent an acceptance to B. So what is the transaction?
Bills payable.
These account debit to bills payable account.
B account data to bills payable account. Data to bills payable account. 10,000. Being acceptance given for 3 months. Being acceptance given for 3 months. Okay. Now let us see another transaction. So on the due date, the bill was dishonored by A and the bank paid 50 for noting charges. Now you have to write this transaction. In between many transactions were made from A to bank. So B has drawn a bill on A. In turn, B transferred the bill to C. C transferred the bill to D, and D has discounted that bill in bank. But if you take A, so A may not be involved in all these transactions. Okay, he has to pay the bill at the due date, but on the due date, this A did not pay the amount. Now you have to pass the journal entry as September 4. Bills payable account data.
Cash account.
Data 10,000. 10,000. Trade expenses, that is the noting charges. Trade expenses or the noting charges. Account data 50 rupees to B account. He has to pay the amount to B. The B might have transferred it to C and C transferred it to D and D might have discounted it with bank. But you have to pay the amount to B. So the bill was dishonored. So if the bill is met, you have to pay to the last person, whether it may be the person or a bank. You have to pay that amount to the bank. But this amount was not paid. So you have to write the transaction. In the transaction, you have to mention B account. He has to pay amount to B. Okay. Bills payable account data 10,000. Trade expenses account data 50 rupees to B account. Write the narration. Being bill dishonored. Being bill dishonored and noting charges payable. Being bill dishonored and noting charges payable. Is it okay? Can we go to the journal of C? Journal of C. I'm clearing this. Okay. Journal of C. You have to write journal of C. So in the journal of C on June 1st, bills receivable account data to B account. So B has endorsed A's bill to C. So the transaction you have to write is bills receivable account. Is that scribbling on the screen? Bills receivable account data to B account. B has endorsed the bill. Now you have to write the narration as bill received from bank, that is 10,000. So bill received from B, 10,000. Bill received from B is 10,000. Is it okay?
Ma'am, narration bills receivable from B.
Received from B. Bill received from B. B endorsed the bill to C in clearance of some debt.
Okay.
Settlement of debt, B has endorsed this bill to C. Now we have to write the narration as bill received from B. Being bill received from B. Is it okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Now, what is this C did? C endorsed the bill to his creditor D. Now you have to write the transaction about the endorsement to C, D. C's endorsement to D. On June 1st, D account debtor
Bills payable.
to bills receivable account.
Receivable.
D account debtor to bills receivable account. So narration is being bill endorsed to D. Being bill endorsed to D. C endorsed the bill to his creditor D. Being bill endorsed to D. Okay.
Ma'am, amount?
Amount 10,000. For all these transactions, it is only 10,000. Have to mention it as 10,000. Okay. So let me go to another transaction wherein the bill got dishonored. So A did not pay the bill. So endorsed bill dishonored and you have to pay the noting charges. Now let us see the transaction. September 4th on the due date, September 4th, B account debtor to D account. B account debtor to D account because B has endorsed the bill to C. In turn, C has endorsed bill to D. So that endorsed bill was dishonored and noting charges receivable. So you have to write narration as endorsed bill dishonored, and noting charges receivable. Endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges receivable. Sorry, P. 10,000. You have to write 10,000. 10,000. Is it okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Now let us see the journal of D. Journal of D. So on June 1st, so C endorsed bill to D. So when you have endorsed, when C has endorsed bill to D, what is the transaction you have to make?
C account.
Bills receivable account.
To C account.
to C. 10,000. 10,000. Now, what did this D did? D got the bill discounted by the bank at 1% per annum. Okay. So again, this D took that bill to bank and he got discounted the bill. So what is the transaction you have to make?
Bank account
June
debtor, discount account debtor,
Bank account debtor,
discount account debtor, to bills
discount
receivable
account
account.
debtor to bills receivable account. What is the discount? Discount is at 1% per annum. So how much you have to make? Calculate it. Calculate it. 10,000 into 12 by 100, 1% into 3 by 12. Sorry, 3 by 12,
300.
300.
Ma'am,
So
why
discount
to
is,
write 300?
Amma, what is it?
3 by 12. Why to
3
write?
months. It is a 3 months. It is a 3 months bill. Per annum, it is 1%, but it is a 3 months bill. How can you write? How can you give the full amount? You have to pay the amount only for 3 months. So 3 by 12. Out of 12 months, have to pay the amount. Interest. Sorry, discount. You have to discount it only for 3 months, not for the whole year. If it is for the whole year, it is a huge amount as discount. You have to calculate it as a huge amount. So the
Okay,
bill
madam.
only for
Thank
3
you.
months. You have to consider it for only 3 months. That is 3 by 12 months.
Okay, thank you.
So bank account debtor 9,700, discount account debtor 300 to bills receivable account 10,000. You wrote the amounts. Bank account debtor 9,700, discount account debtor 300, bills receivable account 10,000.
Ma'am, here date September or June.
June 1st. June 1st. On June 1st, all these persons have endorsed from one person to another. All the transactions were done on June 1st.
Entry is in the books of bank now.
In the books of bank, we have to write it as June 1st. June 1st. See, on June 1st, 2019, A moved to B and accepted a bill for 3 months on him by B. In turn, B settled his debt. So on the same day, all these were going on. So you have to mention it as June 1st for all this. Okay. Got it? Now write the transaction wherein the bill got dishonored. So on September 4th, A did not pay the amount, the bill got dishonored. So from whom the bill was endorsed? From whom?
B.
C. C account debtor to bank account. Bank account. That is 10,000 plus 50 noting charges. 10,000 plus 50 noting charges. Now we have to write the narration as being endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges receivable. Being endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges receivable.
Ma'am, what is the narration of this bank account, discount account and two bills receivable? This 1st June and
being bill discounted at the rate of 12% per annum for 3 months. Being bill discounted at the rate of 12% per annum for 3 months. Okay. Now let us see the Journal of Bank. Comparing with, now you have to write Journal of Bank. So in the Journal of Bank, June 1st, who got this bill discounted? Who is the person?
discounted for this.
Yes, D. Now bills receivable account debtor, discount account to discount account, to discount account to D account, to D account. So bills receivable amount is 10,000. Discount is 300. D account, how much they have paid? 9,700. They have paid the amount as 9,700. Now, narration is being bill discounted at the rate of 12% per annum. Being bill discounted at the rate of 12% per annum for 3 months. Being bill discounted 12% per annum for 3 months.
Okay.
Now let us see the other transaction wherein the bill got dishonored. September 4th, that is on the due date, the bill got discounted. So D account debtor, because D has discounted it with bank. So D is the person who is responsible for this. D account debtor to bills receivable account to cash account. That is D account 10,000 plus 50 rupees. Bills receivable amount 10,000. Noting charges 50 rupees. Noting charges 50 rupees. So you have to write the narration. Being bill discounted. Being bill discounted and noting charges paid. Being bill discounted and noting charges paid. Okay. Being bill discounted and noting charges paid. Is it okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So this is about the third option that a drawer can make. And let us see the other option, that is when bill is sent to bank for collection. It is already 1 o'clock. Shall I continue with it?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the last option.
Okay, ma'am.
Bill is sent to bank for collection. So the other option is what we call this person can, drawer can send all his bills for safety. So time to time this banker will be seeing that whether his bills are being met or not. So this bill was sent to bank for collection, but it is not for discount purpose. Okay. It is just sent for collection, not for discount purpose. So in discounting, the bill is sold to bank. Whereas in bills sent for collection, the bill is taken into custody of the bank for safekeeping and convenient collection. Okay. Now let us see bill sent for collection met. So on the due date, this bill was honored. Now let us see the problem. John sold goods to Harry for rupees 20,000. Later, John drew a 3 months bill on Harry for the amount. So John sold goods to Harry for 20,000. So John is the seller, Harry is the purchaser. Later, John drew a 3-month bill on Harry for the amount. So this John has drew a bill on Harry for the amount. Harry accepted the bill. It is a 3-month bill. Harry accepted the bill and returned it to John, who sent the bill to his banker for collection. So Harry accepted the bill and he sent this to John, wherein this John has sent the bill to bank for collection. On the due date, the bill was met by the drawee and the bank deducted collection charges of rupees 10,000. Okay. I think the first two transactions you can write. This John sold goods to Harry. In the books of John, what are the transactions you have to write?
Harry account data to sales account.
Yes, Harry account data to sales account. Being goods sold on trade. Okay, that you can write, isn't it? Okay.
Ma'am, date 1st June only.
What ma?
Date.
Here date
There
is
is no.
not mentioned. So you need not write any date.
Okay.
Date or year is not mentioned here. You need not write anything. But you have to keep that column, date column, the journal entry. Harry account data to sales account,
Account
20,000.
being goods sales for credit.
Yes, being good sold on trade. Now, John drew a 3-month bill on Harry for the amount.
3 months
What is
bill.
3 months bill. So what is the transaction you have to pass?
Bills
Receivable account
data to Harry account.
Bills receivable accounts data to Harry account.
Harry.
Okay, very good. Acceptance received for 3 months. Being acceptance received for 3 months. Okay. Those two you can write. Now, let us see. Harry accepted the bill and returned it to John, who sent the bill to his banker for collection. Now you have to pass a journal entry with regard to this. That is when the bill is sent for collection. So bank for collection account data. Account data to bills receivable account 20,000. 20,000. Bank for collection account data to bills receivable account. Being bill sent to bank for collection. Being bill sent to bank for collection. Being bill sent to bank for collection. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, the other transaction is on the due date, the bill was met by the drawee and the bank deducted the collection charges of rupees 100. So it is not a discount, it is collection charges. So for the services rendered by bank, they will be charging some amount. So those we call it as collections charges. So here bank has rendered some service to this person. That is John.
100
Yes,
rupees.
bank 100 rupees was charged to John for collection charges. Now you have to write the journal entry as. So on the on the date, in the date column, you have to mention as due date. As due date is not mentioned, you have to write as due date. That's all. You have to mention as due date. Date is not mentioned, but On the date column, you write as due date. Bank account debtor. Debtor. Bank charges account debtor. Debtor. Bank account debtor 19,900 because 100 rupees was charged as collection charges. Bank charges account debtor, that is 100 rupees, to bank collection account. That is 20,000. Bank collection account 20,000. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now write the narration as being bill collected, being bill collected, and collection charges, being bill collected and collection charges deducted by bank. Being bill collected and collection charges deducted by bank. Okay. Now let us see the journal of Harry. So for Harry, what are the transactions you have to pass? First two transactions. When the purchase is made, what is the transaction you have to pass?
Purchases account data to John.
Yes, very good. Purchase account data to John account. Being goods purchased on credit. The other one is when the bill is drawn and accepted.
John account data to bills payable account.
Yes, John account data to bills payable account. Okay. Now on the due date, the bill was met. So you have to mention in the date column as due date. So when the bill is met, what is the transaction you have to pass?
Bills payable account data to cash account.
Yes, very good. Bills payable account data to cash account. 20,000. 20,000. Being bill met. Being bill met. Being bill met. Okay. So coming to the bank. So it should not be noted. It should be can note that bank does not make journal entry in its book of accounts, but when the bill is received by bank for collection, they have to make the transaction. That is, it has to record all the particulars in the bill, particulars of the bill in a memorandum book. So for that, you have to pass a journal entry that is on the due date in the books of bank. Due date in the books of bank, that is cash account debtor to John account to collection charges account. So cash account 20,000, John account 19,000, collection charges account 100. Okay, being bill collected on behalf of John. Write the narration as being bill collected on behalf of John and collection fee earned. And collection fee earned. Being bill collected on behalf of John and collection fee earned. Okay. It's okay. Now let us see the last one. Last one, that is bill sent for collection and it is dishonored. On 1st September 2019, John drew a 3-month bill on Harry for 5,000. Harry accepted the bill and returned it to John. On 1st September 2019, John drew a 3-month bill on Harry. We do not know whether it is any goods transaction with regard to goods purchase or sale, but he drew a bill on Harry for 3 months. Harry accepted the bill and returned it to John. So Harry has accepted and returned it to John. On 15th September, John sent the bill to bank for collection. On the due date, the bank presented the bill to Harry, who returned the bill dishonored. So on the due date, the bank presented the bill, wherein Harry has failed to pay the amount. He returned the bill dishonored. Now you have to pass journal entries in the books of John and Harry. Now let us see the journal entries. First, let us see the journal entry in the book of John. So what is the journal entry you have to pass when the bill is accepted and received from Harry? September 1st.
Account debit
Yes, bills receivable account debtor.
to Harry account.
Debtor to Harry account. Okay. 5,000. Being acceptance received for 3 months. Being acceptance received for 3 months. Okay. Now, on 15th September, John sent the bill to bank for collection. So September 15, he has sent the bill for collection. September 15, bank for collection account debtor. Account debtor to bills receivable account. So he has sent the bill for collection to bank on September 15. So what is the narration you have to write? Being the bill sent for collection. Being the bill sent for collection. 5,000. 5,000. Is it okay? Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, on December 4th, that is on the due date. Due date means 3 months bill, September, October, November. 3 months plus 3 days. That is December 4th.
Yes, ma'am.
December 4th. So on December 4th, the bill was dishonored. So what is the transaction you have to make? And the bill is dishonored?
Harry account debit to bills for collection.
Harry account debtor to bill for bank for collection account. Collection account 5,000. 5,000. Okay. Narration is being bill sent for collection dishonored. Being bill sent for collection dishonored. Is it okay? Now let us see the journal of Harry. Okay for you? Let us see the journal of Harry. So if you take the journal of Harry, the first transaction is the bill is accepted and returned to John. What is the transaction?
Bills.
John account debit to
Bills payable account.
What ma?
John account debit to bills payable account.
Yes. John account debtor to bills payable account. John account debtor to bills payable account. So Paying acceptance given for 3 months. Paying acceptance given for 3 months. Now on the due date, the bill was dishonored. It is on September 4th. So what is the transaction you have to write?
Bills payable account debit to John account.
Bills payable account, debtor to John account. John account, 5,000. 5,000. Paying bill dishonored. Paying bill dishonored. Is it okay? With this we have completed this bills of exchange. Is it okay for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm ending your class.
मुखित मुखित इधर आया मामा कोट पहन के फोटो भेज के ओके मामू पूछ रहे
I'm
Mukhit.
ending your class. Again, we shall meet on 9th. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.